Alright guys, I'm here today with Dave from Schools Out Fishing. He is going to show us how to clean up northern pike boneless. So here goes.
Alright, so I'm starting here with about a 27-inch northern pike that's just underneath the legal size limit in Ontario. And I'll start by making that cut just like every other fillet, like a walleye or something. And I'm going to cut just along this edge, kind of where the color changes to white, and right around that fin. That way, when I turn my knife flat and run my knife along the backbone, I don't have to worry about cutting around that fin there. Something that just kind of helps save time and makes the fillet look nicer. And then I just push my knife down to the tail. And that's a beautiful start to a fillet. I've got it all the way down to the backbone. I'm going to turn the fish over and really do the exact same thing. Cut along the color of the fish down to that fin. And I'll just kind of cut that open. Turn my knife flat along the backbone. Actually, there we go. Have some hooks in there because we gut hooked this fish, and that's why it ended up becoming a keeper. So I'm going to turn my knife flat, run it along the backbone, same as before, pushing rather than kind of sawing all the way to the tail. Okay, I'm going to deal with getting the hooks out of that later. And then I cut along the rib cage. This is just like any other, if you're cleaning a walleye, you've got to get those ribs out. I know some people go over the rib cage when they're filleting, and that's fine too. If you want to get the fillet off that way, that's absolutely fine for this method. Pull those ribs out of there, and I usually just kind of turn my knife really flat and kind of tear those ribs out. So I've got this ribless. What I'm going to do is take out this Y bone, and it runs right along here. I can feel that with the tip of my finger where those bones are. So I want to start on the back side of it, more to the top of the fish, and cut right along the top side of those bones till I feel the bones. And then I'm going to turn my knife towards me so I can roll that top loin out. It's going to actually be independent and free from the fillet then. Just go until I feel the back of those bones, kind of turn my knife so that I can pull that whole back loin free. And it kind of, when it gets to the skin, it almost kind of pulls out on its own. But this loin right here then is completely boneless. You don't have to worry about doing anything else there. I'll come back to the rest of the fillet, and right here I can see what ends up becoming the lateral line on the outside of the fish. I basically just put my knife in that spot and I lift up. I put pressure kind of towards myself, and I'm lifting those bones on out of the fish. So it ends up being really two different pieces of the fillet, and then the other piece that I pull out is just all the bones, the Y bones. So if I just snip that off, and you do get a little bit of meat that is still attached to those bones, but if you were to rub your fingers on there, you can feel the bones on both sides. And really, honestly, I think it's worth it, because I think pike are so tasty that maybe you'll lose just a section. Pelicans and seagulls are happy, by the way. That maybe you lose a little bit, but I still think like a fish this size will get you more meat than, say, a couple of walleyes. And if you have to put a few extra steps in there to kill a few less fish, well, I think it's worth it. I think honestly, a fish this size, if you are cleaning this up, you're getting at least 2 walleyes, you know, or at least 2 fillets in just this one fillet. So if you have to kill half the amount of fish, or spend, you know, half the amount of time on numbers of fish, well, I think it's kind of worth it that way. The other side is the exact same thing. Well, that's how we clean up 1/2 of a northern fillet. You do the exact same thing on the other side, and that's how we do it. That's how I do it. I've been cleaning northerns, you know, for, I don't know, 15 years or something like that, and I've tried every single method there is. I personally believe this is the best way.
You heard it. That's all we got for now. Check out Schools Out Fishing and Darren's Northern Life. See you next time.